1991 E30 325i. One previous owner. Look at this. So we're back. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the hiatus. And we're bringing it back with a bang. So my good friend of mine, we're going to name him Mr. Anonymous, literally gave me the keys and said, go enjoy, get it done. So today we're going to be reviewing and getting a bit of more information on what it is these E30s are. The E30 BMW has become a cult classic. It is your quintessential modern day classic. And I love the damn thing. I don't see there's enough footage on them. This one here is a little bit different to how it came out of the factory. We've got the air ride suspension. You can see it's sitting on its bum right now. This is for its show look. So we're sitting on a lovely set of Schnitzer splits. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what they are. The likes of Full House Customs will probably give you an idea of what they're called. So the 325i E30 came out of the factory at around, I think it was 160 something bhp on a straight 6 petrol engine, 2.5 litre, mated to a 5-speed manual transmission, and it is silky smooth. I think that's one of the best things. This car was made to be a driver's car. It was a successor to the E20 3 Series. They shaved 40 kg of weight and increased the wheelbase by 70 mil. That'll do with the stats. Let's get in the damn thing. So I now have the pleasure of cruising around town in this pretty damn awesome E30 325i. One previous owner, 96,000 mile manual 5-speed, factory MTEC 2, factory LSD. It's riding on the most awesome Schnitzer wheels that have been stepped up from a 14-inch to a 17-inch wheel, made into a 3-piece split. This car has spent 17 years in dry storage. When it was being purchased, I was told by the owner that he's hunted high and low for the best possible example of one of these that he could find. This is what he found. Nonetheless, this example here has got 96,000 miles on the clock, and it is clean. This is a cool, clean car. The owner has very kindly just thrown me the keys and said, go do your thing, F. So here I am, doing my thing. Funny story, I used to have one of these. I had a Dolphin Grey 1989 E30 M3. Crazy thing about it, I actually bought it because it was the year of my birth and I thought, I'll want it. And then I absolutely fell in love with it. So you've got a nice, lovely 2.5 litre petrol, straight 6 engine, mated to a manual 5-speed gearbox in a very thin car. Now I don't know if that makes sense, but the doors are very thin. Everything is very light. It's not like a super heavy car, which makes it all that more exciting. You really feel like you're in an old classic car, but a car at the same time. Old classics are normally a bit rickety. This isn't. These are known to be great fun driving cars. In this one with the air suspension, this is sweet. This is so comfortable. Like, I'm actually gobsmacked on how good a comfy ride this is. See, this here, right, just changing gears, it's flipping orgasmic. I can't, watch this. The throw between the gears is so comfortable. Boom, 4th, and 5th, and it's lovely. Okay, you know what? Watch the revs, right? We're on a national speed limit, so we can pick up the speed pace a little bit, right? And it's just so linear. There's no jerkiness. It's just, it's ready. The problem with these cars is they rust and they rot. So many of them have rusted and rotted away, which makes them that much more desirable because they're just. Nobody knew that this car was going to be worth what it was, I think. Nobody anticipated it. So those that are remaining are, they're really a catch nowadays, just because you can't find them anymore. And those that used to see these sort of driving around and used to enjoy these in their youth, those guys now have money. And that's what it is with the car market today. It's about being able to afford your childhood hero cars. So here we are, we're in the country lanes, in the home of where an E30 should be, just having a great drive, enjoying it for what it is. And where this sits is, on its own, is a complete analog car from an era when BMW were really trying to set themselves apart in terms of their silhouette to other cars, as well as being a driving and performance machine. It's now a cult classic. It's now an appreciating asset. I myself bought some old BMWs and they're all worth double what I paid for them. So what is this car worth? I asked the owner. He said he's been offered £26,000 and he said no thank you. You're quite far off the mark. Now that's not saying this is worth £50,000-60,000. For these cars being worth what they are nowadays, in my opinion, it's the fact that everyone that grew up looking at these cars thinking, wow, well, we've all got jobs now. We all have a bank account. And our priorities are totally in the wrong place. So everyone's having to outbid one another on these cars. And that's why they're worth so much money. You see, the thing about driving one of these, you gotta want to drive. You're gonna want to change gears a lot because that's half the damn fun. You have to want to enjoy the experience of putting that front end into the corner, changing before the corner, and then going through that throttle the whole way out and making sure you don't lock up that rear diff. Because there's no electronics in here to help me to stop me doing that. We have with an E30 is a great bloody car. It handles great, it accelerates in a linear fashion, so the revs go up nice and smooth. It gives you great confidence of its road presence and ability to corner. Obviously this one a bit more so than most because of its air ride. And you just look like the coolest person while you're doing it all. Fuel and MPG wise, I don't think anyone ever talks fuel and MPG in terms of the old classic cars. But this thing will give you around 20-25 miles a gallon, and for a 2.5 litre straight six petrol engine, that's pretty damn good actually. I used a daily one, sort of from just outside London to Oxford every day, and I never worried about fuel. Like, I just filled it up and drove it like it was a normal car. So, being blessed with a wonderful wife and twins, I have to look after the bank balance. So the maintenance costs on these aren't an incredible amount. To work on these, you don't have to be the most well-versed mechanic in the world. Parts are still readily available for them, and they're not priced out of the moon. They're not. So to maintain one of these isn't the hardest thing in the world. Rust is a huge issue. If you're looking for one, you have to make sure you're going to find yourself a rust-free example, or as close as possible. Once you get into sort of resolving rust on these, in for a penny, in for a pound, you're going to be in thousands of pounds worth of repairs before you've even gotten into the driver's seat. And for me, that ruins the whole experience of owning a car. If it's going to spend longer in the garage than it is under your bum, I don't think it's worth it. So one of these at present day prices, you're probably looking somewhere in and around £15,000 and above for a half decent one. I think it's worth it. I honestly think it's worth it. Having paid £600 and £1,000 for similar cars, models, specs when I was younger, it's crazy to think I would pay 30 times the amount of what they used to be worth to get myself into one nowadays. But that's what it is. If that's what it's going to cost to get into one of these, you know what? Take my money, give me the damn car, and I'll never part ways with it. That's where I stand with this car. Yes, it's worth the money. Yes, it's as good as they say it is. And for me, as a financially responsible individual, yes, my money is safe. And I love that. I'm all about buying a car that I know I'm not going to lose my backside on. There you have it. That's an E30 325i. They say don't meet your heroes. This is a hero car. It lives up to the expectations. It lives up to what it's called, what it's known as. Its handling is phenomenal. For the age, its handling is great. The chassis is nice. It's tight. It's a great car. I'm properly smitten about this car, and I'm really struggling, and I've struggled this whole video to really express how much I like this car. Look, do us a favor, please hit like, hit subscribe, hit share. We've got so many more videos coming for you. The next one's going to be on my favorite car, full stop. It's going to be the E39 M5. If you have a car that you think that you'd like to share, give me a shout on my Instagram. It's EFF_speed. Drop me a follow and a like on there, and I'll get back in touch. But for now, thank you very much.